Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let's get everybody a minute to pile in here. Roro has graciously asked if she could help me co-host because I have not a great working knowledge of Twitter Spaces yet. I appreciate it. You guys will have to bear with me. I've been a little sick for a couple days, so if I sound like I'm dying, it's because I am physically dying, but not physically. Just feel like death. But we'll push through.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll let everybody get comfy for a minute, and then we'll get started.
All right.
Okay. So anyhow, there's a couple things I wanted to talk about first, and first and foremost was our uh, EFC partnership that we put out. We have a press release that we're going to be. So I'd like to come on and talk to you guys a little bit about what that means and what we're hoping to gain from that as far as the community and dual brand marketing. So if you guys are familiar with Eagle Fight Club, is a kind of a replica of the UFC, and it's through Team Khabib. And there's a lot of very well-known people that are involved in that industry that are behind that project and support it. Uh, it's very revolutionary in the industry as far as what they're trying to do and create. As you guys follow kind of the Dana White realm and that era in the UFC, the fighters usually don't get paid a lot. There's some controversy behind that. So EFC is kind of really doing what we do, right? They're trying to revolutionize a space and trying to make it more adaptive and more, user friendly for not only the viewers but for the athletes. So it's something we can definitely support, and they've been big supporters of our cause and what we're trying to do. And there's some really big potential, partnerships and views and marketing that we're going to be tying to that. So I think their first fight that they did, a few weeks ago, or was it last month, had over 500,000 pay-per-view subscribers and viewers, and that was just on their first one. So the contract and the partnerships that we have created, in this, it'd be Saitama in the center ring. We'll have our logo on all the weigh-ins and the fighter shorts, and we'll be marketing and branding from multiple different angles. It's going to gain us an unbelievable amount of exposure worldwide. So as you guys know, UFC and mixed martial arts is pretty big around the world, a lot, in the U.S., but also growing very quickly in other countries too. So EFC is going to be promoting and doing their fights in Miami, but they're also looking to travel worldwide in a lot of other countries to promote and actually hold events. So every time they travel into another country to have a fight, like, we'll be right there with them. So we're pretty excited about it. It's not just like a one and done kind of deal. We'll be on every single platform, every single fight moving forward. So we're really excited about it. And like I said, they're a really great team, and they're big supporters of what we're trying to do, and we support them, just the same. So we're pretty excited. Aaron spent a lot of time putting this together, and we met with them down. We went down for the Islam fight, and yeah, it's been a partnership that's been kind of growing for the last couple of months. So we're pleased to actually put that out for everybody, and we'll yeah, and you guys will kind of see what that looks like and how it transpires and grows, over the next several months. But it's something to definitely get excited about, as holders in this token and passionate Wolfpack members to this community and to this movement. It's going to gain us a lot of exposure and a lot of new investors, which is something that we want desperately as well. As you guys know, in crypto space, it's a lot of siphoning money from one project to another, and that's not something that we want to continue to do. We don't want to, you know, keep pulling money from other coins, and depending on who's trending today and who's doing what the next day. We want to continue to bring in new investors, because that's what ultimately is going to help crypto stabilize in the market, is by bringing in new money, right? Because if they come in and they invest in Saitama, then eventually they're going to want to invest in other coins and vice versa. And that's how you increase the total overall market cap in cryptocurrency, is by bringing in new investors and giving them something to invest in, and that's what we're all about. So this is so it's a big thing for us. So we should all kind of take a moment and be excited about it. I think the first fight they have coming up is on Friday, which will, of course, like I said, have our name and our logos in a ring. The press conferences leading up to it. So there'll be a lot of marketing over these next 2 days. And then even after the fight, all the way up to the next one. So it'll be, continuous. So that's kind of that on that part for the ESC partnership. There'll be a little bit more to come on that. You guys will kind of see some marketing take place, like I said, over this next couple of days leading up to Friday. Second part for Saita Mask, we're working on some tutorial videos. Gabe's getting with the engineering team today to put that out. As far as like what the average slippage is, what the price impact is. And so the swap is fully functional. There's no issues. Anybody that's receiving an error on their end right now is probably because the lack of liquidity in that pairing option. So we'll be reaching out to the development team and the community, these other tokens, to possibly adding some liquidity into those swaps. As of right now, the other tokens that are on there don't have a lot. So it's just like any other decentralized platform, like Uniswap, for example. If you don't have a lot of liquidity in there, you can't really transact a lot. You can't swap a lot of Ethereum, or in this case, Saitama, for those tokens, because it causes too much of a price impact. So as liquidity normalizes for these different pairing options, you'll be able to increase the value in what you swap for. And with Saitama itself, we've been adding liquidity, for the last several days, and we added quite a bit more this morning. I think Max was saying you can now do up to 0.5 Ethereum for Saitama, which is great because it was started out at like 0.1, and we've added more and more liquidity over the last few days. So now you can actually do half of an Ethereum. And it'll continue to normalize as more transactions take place. And it's not specific to SataMask. It's specific to any decentralized platform. You have to transact, and the more transactions that occur, the more liquidity is provided, and the more the LP is normalized. And then you can obviously make larger transactions. There's less errors. There's less gas fees needed. Everything. It just has to kind of, like I said, normalize a little bit, which is anticipated. It's not a centralized exchange to where you have a buy sell wall and you put in a few $1,000s in liquidity and then monitor it that way through a market maker. It's a decentralized platform. So if you launch a token on Uniswap, you have to inject a certain amount of liquidity. If you don't, then the project doesn't become stable, and you have to put more. So it's the same concept. So it'll kind of balance itself out as we go along in the very near future. The Saitama Ethereum pairing is already pretty normalized. We just continue to put more into it. But the more that transactions that go through, the better off it'll be. So, but the other pairings and on the platform we're now live on there, you can trade. We've had, I want to say, close over 10,000 successful transactions already. But we'll provide more liquidity and hopefully mitigate any of the errors that were on there. But I think a majority of any of the issues that are coming across right now is we're trying to swap too much. So we'll have some tutorials that Gabe will put out for everybody to kind of show you how to do that, and it'll be a lot easier to do. So and third, well, so okay, so that's it for the SataMask. Like it's fully functional. Everything's good. There's no issues there. Just with the liquidity that we're kind of making everything work, and that's just gonna have to take some time for the transactions to go through and build up. For the Saita Realty, they're going to be testing the swap functions and testing the new contract this week. So we're not going to put an exact date out yet on when we're going to launch it. We're hoping probably next week. But we should have an update by Friday on our AMA as far as when we want to put that out for everybody. We don't want to rush it. There was a couple of swaps that occurred before it went live, and the people were able to actually push their transactions through the router before the smart contract actually went live for trading. So we had to kind of just put a few mitigations in place for that. So they're going to take these next few days to make sure that that's not an issue. Test the smart contract, and then we're going to redeploy, and then we'll give you guys an update on Friday on our AMA as far as what day and time and everything we'll go live with it. So that's kind of the meat of the three topics that I wanted to discuss. So we'll open up, do some questions. I'm sure you guys got a bunch, so we'll try to do our best to get through some.
All right. We've got a lot of people requesting, and I don't know what order you came in, so I'm just going to be choosing people randomly. Are you in Dubai right now, Russ?
No, I'm home still. I don't leave until Monday. I know Aaron's in Dubai right now, but I'll be here. I'll be home until Monday, and that's when I leave. So I'll get into Dubai on Tuesday. We have the expo Wednesday, Thursday, and then I got to turn around, drive or not drive. I got to turn around, and fly back home on Friday.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So I'm just going to get in here and pull some people up. All right. We have Cryptic. He's connecting. Cryptic, you're up first, hon. What's your question?
Hey, first of all, I love what you're doing, man. What I wanted to ask you was, is it possible, like, we can get a function? I know it's a notification function already in there, but is it possible we can get where though we can set like a price notification, like where a certain point hit a certain price, and it notifies as well?
I mean, kind of like your trust wallet or whatever will send you a notification, like if the price of a token that you're holding goes up a certain percentage. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure it's possible. I'll take note and I'll ask Max if that's something that we can throw on there in a future update.
Thank you, kind man. I love what you do, man. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Next, we have Racer. Racer, you're up. I don't know if he can hear me. You can hear me, right, Russ? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Racer maybe has a connection issue. We'll go to Wayne Cordova. Okay, Wayne, you're up.
Okay, Russ, I was gonna ask you, man, thank you for everything you do, and I was gonna ask you, is there any way you could still, it doesn't let me see when I want to put more gas, like when the Saita Realty drops, are we gonna be able to adjust our gas, or we're not gonna have to do that?
Yeah, I mean, so you could go. You can adjust your slippage. So there's two different things: the slippage and then the gas. The gas is just like fast or slow. The slippage is what you got to worry about. You can manually input that in there as well. So we'll have some tutorial videos. Gabe's we're actually working on those right now. So I'll shoot him a message too and ask him to include that as part of the tutorial videos. But we'll make sure that we have plenty of these videos out for you guys before we go live with the token. That way there's no confusion and everybody knows exactly how to transact, adjust the slippage, and adjust their gas and all that.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Next up, we have Crypto Simba.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right, thanks for bringing me up, Ro. Hi,
Mhm.
Russ. My question is really centered around something a little more forward thinking. We Most of my group is mostly excited about the staking option that's on the way. I
Mm-hmm.
was wanting to know, is there any talks or any kind of thoughts about being able to add a feature where you can borrow against your Saitama? I know this is real popular with Luna in the Anchor protocol, but allows you
Mm-hmm.
to kind of borrow against your Saitama. So maybe borrow other Saitama so you can invest in other projects as well. I didn't know if that was something you guys had been thinking about, and I was just curious to see if that was something that may be coming down the line.
Yeah, actually, we had just kind of talked about that before I got on this call, we had our development meeting, and that was something that we were talking about on there. So it's something that is definitely on the docket that we're working on. There's a lot of different things that kind of go in tandem with that. Part of it being our staking feature, the dynamic staking value, the liquidity pool, and the pairing, and then having an option to possibly borrow against that. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that we want to incorporate into our platform, and that kind of ties in too with the card to crypto payment system and the lending option. So yeah, there's lots of different things that we're going to be putting on there, and I think that's something that we also will be adding in the future.
All right, thank you, Russ. That's really good to know. A lot of people I know personally are excited about having something like that on the platform. Keep up the good work. You guys are doing an amazing job, and you got a whole wolf pack behind you. So keep doing your thing.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Crypto Simba. Next we have Blockchain Boogeyman.
Hey, good afternoon, Russ. How you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Quick question regarding Cider Realty. Because like you said, you got a couple people that ended up sneaking in with the router and everything. Before
Mm-hmm.
people start talking any mess about this, can you just dispel and just talk about how we're going to handle this? Like when you deploy the new contract, would those holders be getting airdrops? Those people that snuck through, or how are you going to mitigate that so that people are comfortable moving forward with the V2?
Yeah, so it'll be a whole new smart contract. Um, and the people that were able to push it through the router, it's not like normal holders like you and I would. It's not like it was something that, and I don't want to take it as far as being malicious, right? It was just people trying to gain that competitive edge. Uh, yeah, so those tokens that were pushed through will be sent back. This will be an entirely new smart contract, and we've kind of patched that ability for people to do that, to try to get that edge, because we want it to be as fair a launch as possible. So yeah, it'll be an entirely new smart contract. We won't redeploy the same one where those holders are still there holding the tokens, because that would kind of defeat the purpose.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that those people weren't going to be now getting an airdrop.
No, no, not at all. No, we just send those tokens back to the address that were sent
Awesome.
through or whatever, and yeah, we'll redeploy an entirely new smart contract.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you for clarifying.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Next up we have Entrepreneur on a Budget.
Entrepreneur on a budget. I like
That's
that.
what it said.
Oh, I'm here.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Oh, I was wondering, what time do you release Saita Realty late on when you release it, or what time you planning to release it?
Like probably, like I said, we don't have an exact day or time on it yet, but we want to try and make it as easy enough for everybody. So I mean, probably Central Time, probably mid afternoon, early to mid afternoon, so enough time for everybody, to, regardless of where you're at in the world, that it's somewhat fair. I mean, obviously we can't appease for all parts of the planet, but I think mid-afternoon is probably a good time frame for us. So that way it's later in the evening for people, in Europe. Obviously, it's still daytime or early evening for folks in the U.S., and it's still not ridiculous hours for folks that are in like Asia. So Australia, man, I don't know. We're gonna have to figure something out. Y'all just gonna have to move. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, we'll shoot for mid-afternoon.
Like, can I get another question too?
Yeah, what's up?
When we gonna have another one of the coffee events in Houston again?
I'm sorry, you can do what?
The coffee event you usually go to?
Oh yeah. We'll have to do that again sometime, man. That was fun. Maybe sometime when I get back from Dubai, we'll try to schedule something, another meetup or something.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, up next we have Dr. Crypto.
Hey, Russell.
Hey.
Yeah, I have two small questions actually. And my first one is, we know Expo Dubai is coming soon. I was wondering, what will you bring there? I mean, in regarding our project here, will we have staking all these things, Saita Reality, and something else before we get there? This is my first question.
Yeah, so when we're at the expo in Dubai next week, Gabe wants to have the beta version for our Fang platform ready to show everybody. I think Max is trying to put together our prototype for the our hardware wallet that we can put out. We have our play to earn game that Max's and everything, or not Max, but Gabe and his team have been putting together that we can show. We're gonna have a lot of screens up. We're gonna have a lot of tutorials. We're gonna have some good videos and content to put out. We have the State of Realty, obviously, that we're gonna be launching. We're trying to make some connections now while we're in Dubai. Um, so there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing while we're there for 2 days. We got aside from the expo, we have a lot of potential investors and meetings that we're going to attend, and people that we want to really reach out to over there that have been big advocates for Saitama and what we're trying to do. We also have some other stuff on the education side that we're putting some touches on this week. So there's a lot of things, man. It's going to be a good trip. There's a lot of things that we're looking and hoping to accomplish over there in a short amount of time.
Okay. My last one is regarding, the last time Saita Reality. I was wondering, I know that before the launch, probably you have done multiple tests on testnet. And I was wondering if, in addition to that, can you have like a file test with the same characteristic of Saita Reality and test your swap before giving a real date for the launch? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so I mean, we're like I said earlier, we're going to be testing the smart contract this week and making sure the patches that we put in place are deemed effective. And then, I mean, you can test it on testnet, as much as you want, but even as you guys may or may not know, when you put something live on mainnet, some issues that weren't there on testnet make themselves available, right? They stick their ugly face out. So yeah, but we'll be testing it extensively this week and making sure that it's good to go. And then we won't obviously be announcing any official time nor date until we're 100% sure when we want to actually make it live, and we're confident that there won't be any pending issues. So I think we'll stick to that plan, which is why we're not stating. I would like to say hopefully early to midweek next week, depending on how things go with the test functions the remainder of this week.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Crypto. Next up, we have Darren.
Hello, Russ.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Just a two-part question for you. On the Saita mask, everything's running absolutely blinding. One small issue: I've got two wallets imported, plus I have Ethereum and Saitama on the main Saita mask wallet. Now, when I log in and go to select wallet, click on that, click on the wallet, it shows everything, and I click on the assets, it shows all the assets there. Lovely, no problem. Now when I go to switch the wallet to another one, it shows the balance, but when you go to the assets, it shows the previous wallet's assets and not the one that I've clicked on. And it doesn't matter which one I go for from there. I have to log out and log back in and select the first wallet. And then the second part to that question is the two FA, is it two factor authentication? When will that be coming out, please?
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying that when you switch between your two wallets, the balance doesn't follow, right?
No,
It shows
the
the wrong
balance
balance.
is fine. The balance
Mm-hmm.
is fine, but when you click on the assets, it only shows one wallet's assets.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Um, is that a common problem, or is that just as soon as I
I
log out and log back in, if I go to the desired wallet, the assets are there. But
Sure.
if I switch within the mask to check, how much of each asset I've got, it shows the previous wallet's assets, but with
Gotcha.
the new wallet's balance.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that. It's the first time hearing about it, but I'll send a message to Max and the engineering team and ask him to take a look at it and see if it's a recurring problem that more than one person has come across, and if it is, and obviously they can rectify it. So let me find out from them, and then I can get you back and put a FAQ section together if it is something that multiple people have encountered. If not, then just I'll reach out to you myself and give you a solution. It might just be trying that you might have to remove that wallet and re-import it or something. Sometimes as we put these updates out,
Yeah.
some of the data gets kind of tracked on there still from the previous update, and it just kind of has to be rinsed almost, because it doesn't fully delete that information. It kind of just brings it with a new update. So a lot of times that kind of helps any issues if you just delete the actual wallet and re-import it. That way none of that bad data comes with it from the previous update. But I'll ask Max and the team, and I'll figure out if it's an ongoing issue, if there's something that they need to rectify on their end. And
If you
what
if you was
was
going to
your other
reach,
question?
I was going to say, if you was going to reach out to me, you'd have to follow me, wouldn't you? That's a cheap punt, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Well, I got you, man. I got you. Well, now I can reach out to you specifically. Now I can
you're
shoot you a
you're a
message, man.
superstar. You're a superstar. No, just about the two-factor
Oh yeah.
authentication.
So
When
they had some updates. I know that they're still working on. So we had some cosmetic stuff that they want to implement changes. I think there was a couple of spelling errors and stuff they want to push out on the cosmetic side for that. So I think that was something they wanted to insert and put in the next update. But I'll get some clarity on that and figure out if that's going to be on the next update they roll out. But I know that was in the plans anyways.
oh, nice one. Thank you very much, and I look forward to the follow.
Yep. No worries, man. I got you.
Oh, nice one. Cheers, buddy. All the best.
Thank you, Darren. Next up, we have Gabe, and then we're going to go to Crypto Okami.
Hey, Russ. Good afternoon. How you doing today?
I'm well, thank you.
Huge fan of Russ. Huge fan of everything you're doing. Um, but I do have a question, and it's an issue I've been having for quite some time now. When I first signed up back in January, second day CityMask came out. Signed up, everything went fine on my end. I transferred from L Bank to SataMask, couple of billion tokens of Saitama. With all the updates that happened, I wasn't not able to log in again. I cleared my cache on my phone, restarted everything, and I'm still having issue logging in. I'm getting a user not register message now. People keep telling me, just re-register with the new email and transfer your seed phrase to the new one. But the problem is I didn't say my seed phrase in the beginning. I can re-register with the new email, which I did, and works fine and everything. But I want to know if there's a way to get my tokens from the first wallet I made to the new wallet.
So the wallet itself isn't attached specifically to SataMask, like your tokens and everything on there. You have to think of it almost like that seed phrase that you have. It acts as like a portal on SataMask, right? So you could essentially take that seed phrase and bring it to any other decentralized platform or wallet, and the coins would reflect on there, because that wallet is actually held on the blockchain. So it's not unique to SataMask. It's just unique to that sequential seed phrase, right? So if you don't have that seed phrase that those coins are attached to, there's not a lot we can do about it. But if you still have that seed phrase, then you can delete it, you can import it, re-import it, 1,000 times, or put it on any decentralized platform, and they'll always be there because it lives on the blockchain itself. So you're saying you don't have that seed phrase anymore?
Correct. Yeah, I never saved the first time my seed phrase from SataMask. I made that error. I could see an Etherscan. It's right there in the wallet.
Yeah, it'll stay on there, but the only way you can gain access to those tokens is through that seed phrase, right? That's the tokens will live there forever, and not just on SataMask, but on, like I said, on Etherscan, on the blockchain. So you can import that seed phrase on 30 different platforms if there were that many, and then when you interact on any individual platform, like MetaMask or Trust Wallet or SataMask, it would duplicate that transaction across the board, right? Because that transaction occurs on the blockchain. But yeah, without that seed phrase, it makes it almost physically impossible to do much without it, unfortunately.
And just to finish right here, so my original login, which obviously is not working, is there a reason why it unregistered?
No, I mean, so if you were able to register the first time, and then we provided an update that went through, a lot of people are having to re-register their account on there. Through the updates that we had to clear some of the cache issues and the login, the registration glitches that may occurred throughout the first update. So to mitigate that, having people re-register so that there's multiple registrations, and part of that DDoS attacks that we had, they registered 500 million or a billion different accounts on there, which basically congested the system. So having to push out these updates mitigated some of that, but you may have to re-register your account to do that with the email that you had. So have you tried to just re-register?
No, with the
With the
original
same
email,
email?
with the original email, no, I haven't tried to re-register because I was afraid that if I do, then the
No,
original wallet would just be gone.
No, that's like I said. That it's connected to that seed phrase. So you try re-registering it with the same email address and everything. But again, you may have to re-import it, and it's difficult to re-import a wallet if you don't have the seed phrase.
Okay. Well,
So
thank you so much, Russ. Thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing.
yeah, no problem.
All right, thank you, Gabe. Next up, we have Crypto Okami. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yes, you are, Roro. How you doing, Russ? How's it
I'm
going?
well.
I hope you
I'm
feel better
well.
soon.
Yeah, me too, man.
Man, I am loving the Eagle FC. I'm loving it. I find it amazing. I'm excited. I'm like an MMA fan, and I'm excited about that. But my question is, what is the timeline you have to like get all the liquidity pretty much on point? And is that like an issue before the expo?
Yeah, no, I mean, so first of all, I'm super excited about the ESC opportunity. Like, we're gonna reach such a huge market, and people that are of all types, right? People that are crypto savvy, people that are not crypto savvy, people with money to spend, people that want to invest. Yeah, so we're excited about that. The liquidity portal, like it every day and every hour, more liquidity is being injected. Every transaction that takes place on SataMask helps to stabilize and normalize our liquidity. So when you guys go and make a transaction on SataMask and you'll see the liquidity provider fee, it'll get smaller and smaller as more liquidity is being injected. So every transaction that occurs between now and the end of time will help stabilize our platform. So to answer your question in short, yeah, every day it becomes more and more efficient. Like I said, today we put more liquidity in there, than now you can actually swap zero point 0.5 ETH for Saitama, as opposed to when we launched you could only do 0.01 or whatever it was. So yeah, so we're every day and every transaction that occurs, our platform is becoming more and more stable. If you try to compare it to like a Uniswap, we have $15-20 million in liquidity in there. Unless we personally inject $20 million of Saitama and $20 million of Ethereum, onto SataMask, it won't be as normal as Uniswap per se now, but in the very near future, it'll have just the same amount. Like, so if you were, for example, if you tried to sell, $100,000 of Saitama on Uniswap right now, you could. It would only be like a 2 or 3%, price impact, but you wouldn't be able to do that on SataMask until those numbers kind of equalize. But yeah, so we're definitely getting there. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but every single transaction that goes through, the more stable it becomes, the more fluid it becomes, and the more functional it gets. So yeah, we're well on our way. We're well on our way, and throughout the week and then leading up to the expo, it'll be continuing to be more and more stable. And yeah, it will be good. So we'll have lots of people there being able to, we'll have some tablets and stuff for people to kind of go through and browse the platform. We can help people set up their wallets, the SataMask app. import their seed trays and check it out. So yeah, we're excited. We're where we need to be. That's for sure.
Awesome. And one more thing. Is the Wolfpack going to get any perks with the Eagle FC? Just a selfish question.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we could talk about and see. Like, hey, I know that Elon put a tweet out earlier saying that you could download the app, right, that they have to view all the fights and stuff. I mean, maybe we should. They got some real cool merchandise too that has our logo and stuff on it. Maybe I tell them, hey, if we get like a promo code or something that everybody can get a discount on some of the merch. I mean, I'm trying to get some of those shirts myself, so I'm all about a discount. Hey, give me 10% off something, man.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And by the way, Russ, if you could give me a follow, that'd be awesome. I had to do that because everybody else does it, so I'm going to do it too.
Oh, there we go. I got you. Okay.
All right, man. Thank you for everything, buddy.
All right, got it.
All right, thank you, Okami.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Next, how much time do you have, Russ? Do you have time for a couple more?
Yeah, we can do a couple more. No worries.
All right. So next up, we have Wolf Boss.
Hey Russ, hope you get better soon in time for your trip to Dubai. I have a quick question about cold wallets. Can they be linked to Saita Mast by the seed phrase? And when the staking option becomes an option, will the cold wallet allow you to get the staking rewards?
So our hardware wallet that we have the prototype for now, and I just so desperately want to show you guys this thing because it is so cool looking. Like I'm not a huge fan of like Nano or stuff like that, just because like I don't know. I know that it's much safer, obviously, because it's disconnected, from the web, and it's a good option. But to me, it's just not cool enough, right? I'm like bougie like that. It's just like it's like a USB thing, but it has like a touchscreen display and it reads all your tokens right there on a digital format, like an iPhone, and you can see your NFTs and all that stuff on it. So I think the prototype that we're gonna have, I think if Max can get it together, we'll have it at the Dubai Expo. When we're gonna start mass producing them, we don't really know yet. Hopefully, in the next few months. But yeah, you'll be able to link it to SataMask, and it'll have it'll reflect all your tokens, and then even with the staking, right? Just because it's not connected to the internet, it'll still be connected to your wallet. So if you have your coins staked on there, it'll show on your hardware wallet or your cold wallet.
Is that limited to Saitama's cold wallet though? Because I personally use another cold wallet, which I'd like to use.
I think they're all the same, honestly.
Okay.
Even if you have it on like a Nano or something right now, like you still get your reflections on there. So when you do the staking options, like it'll still show up on there.
Oh, that's awesome! Thank you so much for that.
Of course.
All right, thank you, Miss Wolf Boss. Next up, we have Saitama Builder. What's up, Michael?
My man, I feel like I just talked to you.
What's happening, Miss Roro? How are you?
I'm
Thank you for holding this. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
And Wolfpack family, I hope everybody is fired up because I sure am. And Mr. Russ, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm about as good as I was a couple hours ago when we spoke. Maybe even a little bit better now because you're here.
Well, that's good news. Hey, I got kind of a two-part question, and question number one, I would say, is we're going to have in Dubai, like probably one of the largest, if not the largest stages at the entire expo, which sounds exciting.
Oh yeah. We have a huge platform there, so we'll be booth number 6, which is about I think the biggest one there.
And I know also, here's my question: you're going to be speaking live action there in front of the crowd for about 30 minutes.
I will be, yeah. God help me. I'll be there.
Are you going to be speaking in English or?
Yeah, for the most part. I might switch it up to a couple different languages, but I'll try to keep it English for the most part.
Man, all right. So here's the question. The real question is, I've had this a few times. People ask me, are we streaming any of that? Are we going to be live streaming? Will people get a chance to see you on any of the platforms and being able to see us? Any kind of production in that regard? Anything like that? we can navigate to?
Yes, I know that there'll be some folks there, streaming. Obviously, I know that we had talked about possibly just logging into our YouTube channel as well, and just kind of streaming it from a few devices on our channel. So I'll get with Gabe. I know that it's something that we had talked about a while back, so I'm gonna have to get with him and see if we have any progression on that, if we can set up something a little bit more official. But I think it would be great to at least stream some parts of it, right? So that part in particular, me making a fool of myself on stage, hopefully not, and any other kind of events that we want to put up on there. So yeah, so that's the plan anyway. So we'll have to put something together.
Awesome. Well, that's good news, and that's all I have. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter because everybody else is asking me that.
Hey, I already follow you on Twitter. See,
I
there's
know. I was just making sure.
okay. I'm gonna follow you again just cause.
Refollow me.
Refollow you. There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate
All
y'all.
right.
Bye.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Okay, Max came in. I don't know if he wanted to add anything. I know that you are getting a lot of technical questions regarding the mask. So,
No, yeah.
Max.
Yeah, we're just getting the mask going.
All right. So, let me see here. We had Parable. Who was next? Blue.
Hi, Russ. Hi, everyone. I just have a question in regards to the SATA mask. Will there be a way that we can see like the dollar amount, like when we're doing a swap?
Yeah. Yeah. So the dollar amount should be added on there, with the liquidity. So with the Saitama dollar amount, or like specific
L-
to what?
Well, like when you're doing on Uniswap, you can see like when you put in like one ETH, you can see the dollar amount, and then you can also see the dollar amount, like if you were getting Saitama.
Yeah, so that's something that we're going to be adding on there as a feature. Part of it has to do with kind of normalizing the liquidity on there as well.
Hmm.
I know I talked about it a little bit when we were doing the State of Realty, and having it because it's not on Dex tools. So it has to communicate with Dex in order to achieve that. So it's something that we're kind of bridging that gap right now so they can communicate back and forth until we can, obviously have our own means. Right now, we're still dependent on, like a Dex to pull from. We're having to get, price impact from different places. So when we add different coins on there, we're dependent on like CMC or Dex, whatever, to get their price point and everything like that. So as we kind of get our platform more stabilized and the liquidity on there, like the price will show, and then we'll put a few updates out as well. So it's kind of it's a slow going procedure, right? To have everything on there, it's not really turnkey. It's just these things do take a little bit of time, is all.
Okay. All right. And I wanted to also say to you, thank you for your service as well.
Oh, absolutely appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we had William with a question. And Russ, let me know when you're ready to head out. I know you're busy.
No, we're good. We got about 15 more minutes, so we'll keep it for an hour.
Okay, cool.
Oh, thank you, Roro. How are you today? And Russell, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good.
Good. Hey, Russ, thank you again, veteran to veteran. The last speaker kind of stole my thunder, riding my brainwave, and Saitama Builder was riding my brainwave too. So basically, Russ, thank you again for your service, everything that's going on overseas. The wife did say that, and I'm sure you keep in touch with Impact, did donate to that cause. Our heart goes out to all the women and children and the gentlemen that are fighting, and to our men and women that are being forward deployed. My son as well. Hopefully not to Poland. We can cut this off. But
Yeah.
Russ, I hope you feel better. Fly safe. And just to reiterate what Saitama Builder was alluding to, any way to get a live stream or something so we can watch everybody in our family overseas to see what's going on. Wife and I, long-term holders since October. We just keep buying, just keep plugging away. So we haven't sold
Man.
any, keep putting it in there. So we firmly believe in the project, Russ.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, and actually, my son just got back from deployment too. He just got back to San Diego a couple weeks ago, so he
Yeah,
just
my
got back.
he's due to transfer in April to Georgia, but since he's single and no kids, he's on the front burner to go just in case they need him to go. So he's active duty Army. So and I'm retired Navy myself. So
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, we'll hoping everything kind of ensues over and it doesn't get more chaotic than it already has been. But yeah, prayers to the families and everybody involved. Everybody, women and children especially, get the brunt of it, unfortunately. But it's the world we live in. But no, we appreciate the support, man. It's been going, but yeah, we got a little ways ahead of us. But as I say, we're not even really at the base camp yet, right? We haven't even made our ascent towards the to the summit. We're just hanging out at base camp, kind of normalizing, right, to the lack of oxygen, and then we'll make our climb here any day.
All right. William, did you have anything else?
that was it. Just Roro, thanks again for co-hosting the space, and I sent you a follow if you could follow me back, and also Saitama Builder if he's also listening. Oh, I did have one thing. I apologize. I did have one thing. Um, Russell, I know Crypto Alert has helped people in the past recover their assets or their. So maybe if Gabe gave you a follow, or if you followed Gabe to help him with that, I know Crypto Alert has been big in that with helping people. So just want to put that out.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, maybe him and Gabe can collab and do a tutorial or something like that to show them how to whatever ways that he's figured out to try to help people out. Maybe they can join forces and put together some sort of video to help some folks. That's really what it. Most of the time, any kind of failed transaction or something like that that goes through, it's usually an easy fix. But if people don't know, it makes it difficult. So that's why we're trying to put a bunch of videos out now to get circulating out so people can, like myself, I need something visual. I need to be able to see it and kind of duplicate it. So that's what Gabe was working on this afternoon. So I'll have him reach out to Crypto Alert. Maybe they can put something together. So I appreciate the heads up.
Thank
All
you so much.
right.
Good day. Fly safe.
Thank you, William. All right. Next up, we have He Just Spider.
Hey Russ, can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, what's going on?
Hey man, can we rename Minute Maid Park to Saitama Park?
Hey, it might happen. It might happen.
Man,
We're on
that
our way.
all right. That's all I had. Is we need to rename a stadium after us.
Yeah, it's on the way, man. It really is. So, and if you guys know like how big this ESC is for us, like if you know that Crypto.com owns the UFC, right? Well, they can't do anything without Crypto.com's full support and venture behind it. Like with the same concept here, like we have the exclusivity to it, to where we have those rights. So it's not like we have to worry about another crypto coin coming in and stealing our thunder. So as they grow, we grow together, and that's what a true partnership's all about. Is about co-branding, dual branding, and hoping that two up and coming companies can transpire and grow together in the right direction. So we're excited about it. But yeah, there's lots more stuff that we're working on too. That we'll continue to do. I mean, that would be great. I would love to have a stadium, a school, all kinds of stuff, with our name and our brand and our logo. So
All
we're
right, man.
we're we're
Appreciate
on our
it.
way, man. We're on our way. Like we're less than a year, right? We're like less than a year. We're doing these huge things. So imagine in a couple of years from now, and especially once we can actually generate some revenue, we can really go full tilt on some marketing.
All right. So next up we had Jantoin. I think that's how you pronounce it. Jantoin, you're up. Okay. Then we're gonna go to Senior Crypto because we have a time limit with Russ. Senior Crypto, you're up. Okay. We're gonna let B Al Falasi speak. He's connecting. B Alpha Lassie, you can go ahead.
Russ, Roro, very good night from all the way from Dubai.
Hey, how we doing?
Great and perfect. How is everyone doing over here? Russ, I hope you're ready for Dubai because Dubai is ready for you at the moment.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there Tuesday.
That's perfect. I wish if it was tonight.
I know. I wish too. I had already cutting it close. I feel I wish I could have stayed longer, but I'll be there for almost a week. So lots to do.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I just wanted to, of course, you know, I don't have any questions, but I just wanted to say to everyone, like, there are some people who are being thinking about Crypto Expo Dubai, like, what is it going to bring to Saitama? I think that what is it not going to bring to Saitama? Because we have the biggest booth, we have the best things over here, and I think that you people are going to have a lot of meetings over here in Dubai for Saitama and for everything. So we are not all the way up, we are more than all the way up. All seat belts put in, everything is ready. We are buckled in, we are ready to go, Russ. Steering's in your hand. I hope you give it full boost.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And we've gotten a tremendous amount of support from your part of the world, and we're looking forward to it. So it'll be a good experience, and it'll be a lot of positive things coming from it, and I'm confident. So it'll be a great week for us, and I'm looking forward to it.
Same here, Russ. Russ, I want to say what Saitama Builder just said. Follow me.
See, I thought I was too. See, I thought I was
No, no,
talking about it. See,
no, you're.
oh, it does.
Of course you are, but I'm joking. I
Yeah.
just wanted to go with the flow.
Oh, okay. I got you. Got to keep tradition.
Yeah,
Got
you
it.
know, I wanted to go with the flow because whoever comes up, they go like, follow me. So I thought maybe I'm missing it out. I was like, I want to say that too. Let me go up and
You
say.
got it. Yeah, gotta keep it. Gotta keep it going.
Take care, guys. Take care.
Thank you. All right. Before we bring, I hope I'm saying cheesy correctly. Russ, Jonathan Torres or Torres One PR wanted me to let you know that they gave away $5,000 today in Saitama today at Hot 97 on the East Coast. I believe they had some type of rap battle or some type of battle, but he wanted you to know, and he is listening.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, him and Hip Hop Gamer were putting that on around the same time we did the Vegas event. So yeah, they gave away a PS5 and
Yeah.
$5,000 in Saber token. Yeah, so the guys have been a great cause, and Hip Hop Gamer, and shout out to them guys out there at Hot 97. They were doing good things. It takes, a lot of times people do this stuff. It's all about creating brand awareness, right? And marketing. It's little things. It's things, community involvement. It's small things that have a large impact. So that's just one of the many things that a lot of people in the community are out there doing, whether it's charity events or stuff like that, or small things, right? Like even when Satama was first starting, I used to take QR code stickers and paste them around all over town. Like if I went somewhere, even if I stopped at a gas station to use the bathroom, like I would stick one of the QR codes, hit down the QR codes on the corner of the mirror or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
small things like that. They go a long way. You'd be surprised.
Yep, they absolutely do. I agree. I agree. So, next up we have Cheesy, and we're running out of time, so we're gonna get her up and maybe two more people, and then we gotta let Russ get to work.
Hi Russ. Hi Roro. How you guys doing?
Doing
Good,
good.
good.
Good. I just had one question. I did a little swap of Saitama to Mandox, and I know it errored out, which is cool. But what it's showing now, it shows the error, but then it's showing Mandox in my portfolio. Is that going to go away eventually?
Does it have any coins next to it, or does it say
Yeah.
Mandox, but it
Yeah.
shows the code? So you
It
do have the
shows.
coins in there?
Yeah, the coins are in there, but then when it definitely errored out.
Look at the transaction report. Put it in Ether, and if it might say that it actually went through. So if you
Okay, because when
if
I
you copy and paste the transaction hash and put it on EtherScan, it'll show you on there if it actually went through. Because if it went through on EtherScan through the blockchain transaction, then it's accurate and it shows up on there.
because
Because it
when
wouldn't
you
show up if it
click
didn't go through.
on see your swaps and then you can click on
Mm.
the transaction, it won't click. It says zero transfer.
Okay. There
So
should be a way for you to get the transaction hash on there and then just paste
okay,
it into EtherScan.
okay.
And yeah, I'll play. If you just shoot me a message, just send me the transaction hash or whatever, and I'll take a look at it and see if it went through. It'll say success on EtherScan report though.
Oh, okay. I understand. I'll try to do that and see what I can come up with.
Yeah.
And I just want to thank you for everything that you're doing and keep it going. You guys
Awesome.
are
I
great.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh, and
you.
can I get a follow, please?
I did. I folded it so you can send me a message if it was on the
Okay.
transaction hash, if it didn't go through, or if it did, or whatever. You can send it to me. I'll take a look.
Sounds good. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you allowing me to come up and speak. This is my first time ever speaking, so I'm definitely nervous.
That's
Oh, you
no need
did
to be
good.
nervous. You get
Yeah.
check it off the old bucket list.
Thank you guys so much and have a great day.
All
And
right.
Russ,
Yeah.
Thank you.
hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Um,
All right. Next, we had Joe Saladino.
Hey Russ, thanks for taking a few minutes to answer two questions that I have. I'll be brief, and then I'll just wait for your answers. So
Sure.
the first question I have is regarding Saita Realty. I know there's no date or time at this moment, but can you give a little bit information regarding price and max buy? I know you mentioned that last week that there was possibly 10 zeros or 11 zeros and then a 5 trillion max buy. Can you just confirm or deny any of that?
So yeah, when we had the original smart contract deployed, it was going to be, we were going to have it at 10, but with the liquidity and the pairing that we provided, it turned out to be like 11. It was like 11 zeros and then a 5. And it was a 5 trillion max buy. So I can't confirm that it'll be the exact same, but if we are to keep it the exact same, that's what it will still be, which I'm sure we probably will keep it that way, with the 11 zeros and then a 5 trillion max buy. And that's 5 trillion native token, the realty token, not Saitama, of course, because that would be a lot. But um, yeah, so that's still the plan. But I'll definitely update everybody much prior to the launch, as far as what the max will be and what the starting price is, and again with the contract address. The plan is to, of course, provide the smart contract address 30 minutes prior to the deployment. So that's what we'll do, and we'll have a lot more information as far as what that looks like as we get a little bit closer.
Okay, thank you. And then one more just quick follow up. This is kind of thinking longer term, but with about 56.4% in the burn wallet now, what would be a reasonable expectation for end of the year, end of 2023? Are we going to be pushing like 60s, 70s? Have you had any projections like that?
So it's kind of hard to dictate what that's going to be, but I did want to. I'm glad you mentioned that because, um, I'm big into numbers. I'm a finance guy, and I like to look at numbers because I'm a nerd. But when we launch DataMask, and as we put out these new pairings and just the minimal amount of transactions we've had, like the 12,000 or so transactions, that hyperburn simulation has actually kicked in to where we're burning so much more coin now than we were on a traditional Uniswap pairing. It's crazy. Like, so the way that we've configured it and the way that we have put it together to initiate a higher hyper burn sequence is actually taken into effect. So what I would have thought our burn supply would have meant at the end of the year 2 months ago is much different now. So depending on how much volume we have on SataMask, depending on how many new coins we put on there, pairing options, incorporate and come at that with a Sata Realty token, the volume with that. There's too many variables to really give a solid answer, but I would be remiss to say if it wouldn't be much over 60, maybe closer to 70 by the end of the year. And that's based on volume and projections and a lot of the different variables that we have. But that hyperburn mechanism is definitely taken into account. Like, we're burning a lot more coins than we were before. So our circulating supply is going to continue to decrease quite drastically now, I feel.
Okay, great. Appreciate the information. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
All right, we have one more person, Russ, that has been waiting a minute, and that's Crypto Racer. If we can get him in, and I think I see Torres. If he can get in real quick to say something too,
Okay,
and then
cool.
we'll let you go.
Sounds good.
Hey Russ, this is Chris. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself, man?
Good, man. I'll tell you what, I've tried to get on here every time, and there's so many thousands of people. I'm just grateful for the opportunity. First off, I just want to say thanks for all the hard work you and the dev team have done. It's just phenomenal. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about this month. And with that being said, I've talked to Torres, to Mr. Grapes, to Saita Man, and a few others. Um, I drive a dirt late model, race quite a bit all over Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, Illinois. And I'd like to offer, say, Damask or say Tama, the opportunity to have 100% of my car covering my entire car. So, with that being said, if you could follow me and you're interested, we can talk further. I know I've sent Mr. Grapes a lot of the information. So, if you guys want to do something, let's do it. I think it would be great exposure. And I think it would be great for myself as well as Saitama, Saita Mask, Saita Realty, whatever we want to put on the car. Let's do it.
Yeah, I do remember talking to Grapes about this a while back too. I'll have to. I sent you a follow also. We'll try to get something uh, put in the books, man, because I know I did talk to Grapes about this a while back, and they were working on some specs or something like that. So yeah, well, let's try to put something together, man. All exposure is good exposure, and stuff like that. Like I mentioned, all the little things like that, they really do. They go a long ways, right? It's you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, right? Where you spend $10 million on one 30-second Super Bowl commercial when you can, spend $1,000 in a million different places. So it just makes sense. So yeah, we'll figure something out. I'll get with Grapes and Aaron. We'll get something figured out. I know I did hear about it a while back, so we'll follow
No,
up for sure.
and I know you guys are you. I can't imagine how busy you are, how many messages you get. Trust me, I totally get it. So yeah, let's visit sometime, and we'll go from there. But I've got several. 90% of our races are live streamed or televised, so I think it'd be great. So yeah, let's visit. I appreciate everything you guys do. God bless next week. I wish everything the best of luck in Dubai, and just really do appreciate all you guys do.
Thank you, Crypto Racer.
Awesome.
All right, Russ. One more, then we're gonna let you go. I promise. We have Mask Powers that's been waiting, and he's gonna be the last one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Russ, on Sunday, we will be 120 days away from the November 13th event, and
Mm-hmm.
Saitama has lost nearly 90% of its value from all-time high. 90%, and of the 330,000 holders of Saitama, 55% hold $50 or less. They're essentially dust wallets at this point, and many investors still don't have a fully functioning working model of SataMask. And to my knowledge, you as the COO of this company and Max has not come forward with a video displaying a working model of the app. Can you explain to investors why you or Max have not come forward with some kind of video demonstration of the app displaying all its functions in all its glory?
Are you able to download the app?
Yes.
Are you able to use it?
No.
Why?
It's crashing on me. And
Uh,
but more importantly, why so many people feel the same way. I mean, what is going on? And why haven't
what do
you
you
come
mean?
forward with a? Well, I guess does it work for you?
Yeah.
It works for me too.
That's why I'm asking. Is there
Then
something specific that maybe you're not doing correctly? Because we haven't had any crashes. We ran all the analytics, and as a couple weeks ago, we mitigated any crash action. So, uh, from what I'm hearing right now, is maybe there's something that you need to do on your device, which is not happening or working for anybody else, because nobody
I
else
don't
has
think it's
mentioned
just me.
anybody.
I don't think it's just me, and I just want assuming it's just me, why haven't you or Max come forward with some kind of demonstration, video demonstration showing the app in all its glory? Like I even go back to January 8th. Why that on that day? How come neither of you came forward with some kind of video demonstrating the app? What
So
was
we
going
have
on that?
we have videos that we're putting together tutorial. We're waiting for the swap function in all its glory, as you say, to finish putting out the tutorial videos. So if you were here in the beginning of the conversation, I said that Gabe and them are putting together these tutorial videos today as far as what to put on them, like what for slippage, and giving people a visual aid as far as how to interact with the different features in the app. Were you there for that part or not?
No, I guess I must have missed that. I just keep interacting with folks who are dealing with app crashing on them, app logging them out, swap features not working. I mean, you
Yeah, I
name
mean,
it.
we
It just,
run the analytics, and I think as of recently, it's
I guess,
like non-existent for the app crashes. I
okay.
mean,
I
unless
guess
it
it's
explicit something, because I haven't heard, like, this is, you telling me that the app is crashing is the first time I've heard of it in the last, several days, at least since the last update that we pushed out.
okay. I guess that's just me and my friends. One more quick question. An answer you gave on Sandstorm's AMA regarding partnerships, Saitama was pursuing really concerned me as an investor, because it essentially sounded like you were admitting to embellishing partnerships or just outright lies. Russ, I mean, can you clarify again to the Wolfpack what the status is of the?
Well, Russ, I removed him because I'm getting messages that he's just a footer. So he's
Yeah, it
gone because
sounds
we want
pretty
to end this
accurate.
on
I
a
don't know.
positive note. And I know that you're a little bit under the weather and you have more important
No,
things
I
to
mean,
do.
I mean, you guys know me. I don't back down from anything. So
Yeah, but no
I
problem.
like to hear like people's criticism, and I accept criticism, and I not only do I accept it, I encourage it. But at some time, when does it stop being constructive criticism and legitimate questions and turn into just
Exactly.
straight FUD?
And we could tell what road he was going down.
Yeah,
So
I could
we'll
tell
just,
too, but I like to give
yeah,
people the benefit of the doubt.
well,
Yeah. So when you talk about partnerships, I don't know where he's going with that, but it's fine.
exactly.
It's whatever.
So, yeah.
Okay. Moving
But
on.
yeah, you get better, okay, and get ready for your trip. Go out there and do great things. We love you, and we're behind you, and thank you for the opportunity, okay?
Absolutely, and thanks guys for having me on. We'll do like I said, we'll do an AMA, our normal weekly AMA on Friday. So if I don't hop in any other Twitter space between now and then, we'll definitely be on that on Friday. So thanks for Roro, and thanks for everybody for coming out, and we'll keep you guys updated. And as soon as Gabe gets some of these videos that in all their glory, we'll put them out for you guys.
All right, sounds good. Thank you,
All right,
Russ. Have a
thanks
good
guys.
evening. All right, bye bye.